I'm out in the garden today just doing some working, and I thought I would bring you along and sort of show you what's going on. Last week I talked about how well the blackberries are doing, and while the plants are loaded with blackberries, something's been getting into them. I've got canes bent over and broken. I've got more just destroyed. I've even seen some evidence of critters eating them. This stump has just little blackberries all over the top. This rock over here, I found a partially eaten blackberry on. I don't know what's going on. I have been asked by GardePro to do a review of their Wi-Fi trail camera. And so I got that this week, and I will be doing that in the next week or two. And first things first is, while I'm excited about deer season coming up and I plan on trying to put it out in the woods, I think I'm going to start here in the garden to see if I can't see what's getting into the blackberries. It is July, so upkeep with water is going, it's full bore. Having to refill the gravity 50-gallon barrel for our gravity watering. Watered earlier this week, and to water the garden it takes the full 50 gallons. So this is how we have to do it. Tried bringing a water hose from the house to here, and we're just too far uphill, and the pump was running faster. The pump to get it out of this 5-gallon bucket into this was running faster than water would fill this up. So that didn't work. So back to buckets. You can see that the cucumbers are really starting to take off. I've got several growing. Got another one back there. I've already harvested one. There's another one back there. Hopefully we'll start seeing a lot more of these. My squash, still only the 3 that I've had the last few weeks. And it's time to go ahead and get those harvested. I was really expecting these to be a little bit bigger than they are, but I don't remember exactly what kind of squash these were. So our green beans that I showed you last week were full of blooms. There's still lots of blooms on here, but do you see this? I've seen several. Where are they at? Sorry, these plants are crazy. Several green beans on these plants. Some small, some bigger. None of them are ready to pick yet. But they are all over these plants. The pinto beans are still doing well. Got another dry pod here. And then these aren't dry yet, but they're getting there. I just love their color. Those orange sickle peppers are so huge. I knocked one over the other day, so we had it last night just as a green pepper. Sort of like most jalapenos. Most people eat jalapenos green instead of waiting for them to ripen all the way to red. But we've got blooms and so many jalapenos on this plant. And this is the one that broke off, and I planted 3 seeds. Well, 2 are growing, so I'm just trying to keep them going. And these banana peppers are still doing well. I've got 4, and I still see a few more blooms, but this cherry tomato is probably shading it and causing some problems. But look at that. These are so good. But while we're talking about tomatoes, let's go back over to these San Marzanos. This plant is pretty much dead. I still have some fruit on here, and I'm trying to let them ripen. I'll probably pull those 3 later today. I had a nice harvest of tomatoes earlier today. Now the middle plant, the middle one is doing amazing. It's huge. Its tomatoes are ripening, and it's doing great. No sign of the yellowing that the other 2 were having. But the same problem over here. It's pretty much dead. If those last 4 or 5 tomatoes ripen, I'll be digging that out. And on to our Cherokee purples. They were starting off really well, and this branch broke on me and died. I did get all the tomatoes off of it, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off today and just get it cleaned up. Now for this plant, I came out here with every intention of digging this out. Well, at least cutting it down. But this branch right here goes to this plant. I am going to go ahead and cut this dead stuff out though. Try to make sure all the nutrients goes to this good vine. And I'm not 100% sure, but I am pretty sure this is a volunteer jalapeno plant, because I think I had jalapenos planted in this bucket last year. That up, we planted a couple of dewberries here a couple years ago, and they're thorned, and this is just not a good place for them. So they're coming out today. I can't tell you how many times I've caught myself trying to fill up these barrels. When they were smaller, it wasn't a big deal, but right now they are just getting too big, and it's time for them to come out. So we've done some cleanup in the garden, harvested a few things, and it's still doing pretty good. It could be doing a whole lot worse. Back to our blackberry intruder though, I will be setting this camera up shortly. I'll be doing an unboxing and getting this set up over here in our blackberries to see if I can't figure out what kind of critter is taking all my blackberries. We've seen birds over here. Birds take their share of blackberries, but I wouldn't expect birds to be breaking over the canes, and I don't think they're that tall to be breaking over into their own weight. So I'm sort of really excited to see about what might be doing it. So this trail camera from GardePro may be just the thing. Thank you so much for watching. Here is last week's garden video, week 17. So if you missed it and you'd like to catch up, there you go. And here is our 2026 garden playlist. Again, I would love to have you follow along. Terry from TNT Homesteading, thanks for watching. God bless.